I'm starting to fall in love with my husband, but I don't know how to tell him. Everyone assumes love comes first. For us, it came last. I married a man I'd known for less than an hour. Not because I was in love, because I was drowning. I had just finished graduate school in Boston, but my student visa was about to expire after a paperwork disaster. Leaving the country meant abandoning the career I'd spent years building. At the same time, I was barely making rent. A mutual friend told me about Ethan. He needs money. You need legal status. He's trustworthy. Talk to him. So we did. We met at a quiet coffee shop on a rainy Wednesday afternoon. He looked just as uncomfortable as I felt. The first thing he said was, "So, I guess you're the woman who's supposed to become my wife." I actually laughed. 40 minutes later, we'd agreed on everything. Shared rent, separate bedrooms, no romance, no expectations. Just survive until the paperwork was finished. A week later, we got married at City Hall. I wore a simple blue dress I already owned. He borrowed a blazer from his older brother. After the ceremony, we awkwardly smiled for a photo, then walked home discussing who was buying groceries. For nearly 8 months, we were perfect roommates. He worked long hours as an electrician. I spent my evenings sending out job applications while freelancing online. We barely crossed paths, but somehow we kept quietly taking care of each other. If he noticed I skipped breakfast, he'd leave a bagel on the counter before work. If I saw his favorite cereal was almost empty, I'd replace it without mentioning it. Neither of us talked about it. It just happened. Then everything changed. One Friday night, Ethan came home much earlier than usual. His face was pale. He tried pretending everything was fine, until I noticed his hands shaking. His company had suddenly shut down. No warning, no severance. He'd lost his job that morning. He kept apologizing. "I'm sorry. I don't know how we're going to cover rent." That was the first time I'd ever seen him cry. I didn't know what to say, so I simply sat beside him. For almost an hour, neither of us spoke. I just held his hand while he tried to breathe through the panic. The next morning, I quietly transferred almost every dollar from my savings into our joint rent account. It was money I'd been saving for immigration fees. When he found out, he looked horrified. "You needed that." "So do we," I answered. Something changed after that. We stopped acting like strangers. He started cooking dinner every night because he knew I worked late. I started ironing his interview shirts before interviews. Every Sunday became grocery day together. Every Friday became movie night. Without planning it, we built routines. Months later, Ethan found an even better job than the one he'd lost. The same week, my permanent residency was finally approved. I was officially free. The fake marriage had done its job. We didn't need each other anymore. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. Then one evening, I came home carrying the official approval letter. I smiled and said, "Looks like we can finally get divorced." I expected him to smile back. Instead, he just stared at the floor. After a long silence, he quietly asked, "Is that really what you want?" I couldn't answer, because it wasn't. Somewhere between grocery trip